This is the room where I'm gonna finish writing my book. And I'm saying that so that I believe it. And this trip is gonna work because it has to. I've been writing very, very slowly. Plan was for me to finish it before I took maternity leave. My body just kind of gave out and I couldn't. And now I'm so close. And Jonas has been encouraging me to go on a writer's retreat, go to a hotel and sit in it and write for the whole week. I just felt guilty and really nervous and like a lot of pressure, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And honestly, the fear of just finishing the book is what's stopping me, because I feel like as soon as it's done, then it actually has to be something. But when it's like still being finagled and when I'm still writing, then they can still kind of be bad and it's fine because it's not done. But then when it's done, it has to be good, and I'm afraid it's not gonna be good because I'm afraid I'm not good enough to do this. And I know I am. I've been a writer my whole life. It doesn't matter whether it's been published or not. And so I have to just believe that that's enough and it's gonna be good, and I'm really excited. Finding all those journals last week was a huge, huge inspiration and motivation, and that final push I needed. I brought them all with me so I can read them in the hotel room and just keep writing. Packed them in my backpack because I didn't want my suitcase to get lost. I was like, I could lose everything else and replace it on this trip. Everything goes in my suitcase, and in my backpack I brought like 10 journals and it was so heavy. But I was like, I can't lose these. But I think that it's just motivation that like even Elise 10 years ago could have done this. So Elise at 31 definitely can do this. But now I actually have to do it. So I'm here. I've been here for a day. Yesterday I basically just spent the day exploring and getting that like out of my system, because I tried to start writing when I first got here and I would just look out the window and I'm like, oh, the city. Sure would be nice to be out there. Just like all the FOMO for people I don't even really want to like be around. But New York is great when you're afraid of people, which sounds backwards, but there's so many people. There's so many people, everybody's invisible. It's amazing. So that's why I like New York. I'm gonna write in my journal a little bit. That's another thing finding my journals inspired me to do, was get back to daily writing. I have like 20,000 words left. You thought you had 20,000 words left, but you actually have about 55,993. You'll find that out a little later though. It sounds like a lot. Not as many as 55,993, but I've already written 60,000. Nope, you've written 24,007. Okay. You got this though. You're gonna do it. Let's go. It's like record-breaking heat in New York right now, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pack a bunch of like workout clothes, you know, and just if I do need to go on a walk, it'll basically just be like a workout. But then as I was walking around, I realized people don't dress for how hot it is. They dress for the buildings they'll be inside all day. Was just watching people walk around in the most beautiful outfits, and we're all completely sweaty. Do I want to sweat in a beautiful outfit? No. But I kind of want to just like wear a nice normal outfit. Like I'm wearing jeans. Okay, why? Because yesterday I felt like I looked like I was on a mission to go find a gym, and I just kind of want to look like a normal person today. I went into Madewell. I was drenched in sweat. I'm just looking for a normal, cute top. She's like, oh, do you want to try them on? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna drench your new clothes in sweat. I'm just gonna hopefully make it work and hold up my size. So she basically like helped me find a couple shirts. This is one of them. I know it seems silly. It's like a little normal white t-shirt, but everything I own is just like gigantic, and I wanted to just feel like I was wearing something that fit my body. I went in and just got this shirt and a tank top. I got a tank top. I don't ever wear tank tops. Yeah, I'm really excited. That's good enough. Almost walked across the street to Madewell and was like, hey girl, I did it, I'm wearing it. Just wanted to show you. But then I got nervous, and so maybe I'll see if she's still there today. I think her name was Jess. Now I'm second guessing it. Either way, I'm gonna walk in and show her. Cool. They ordered you a truck?
How was your day, mommy?
I'm trying to figure out why my clothes are folded here when I took them off and put them on the ground. Housekeeping already came this morning. Why are my clothes folded? What's going on? Someone was in here, why were they in here? And why are just my clothes folded? Is it, did it? Maybe it's just a fancy hotel thing and I don't know how fancy hotels work. Oh God. Hello? Hi. Why are my clothes folded? It must be... Okay. Yep, I'm starting to think about it. Doesn't matter. I got dinner. Ow. I got kale. Talk about smelly food. Steamed broccoli. Look at this tiny little Tabasco. So cute. I don't even like Tabasco, but I like that. A very unassuming but delicious salad. Yes. I don't know why, but the salad is so good. I got a drink to take on my way up. I was in the gym and I just like thought I would stop by. It's a Tuesday night. Who could possibly be out on a Tuesday night at a hotel bar? Everyone. That's who. I love broccoli. Apparently the Equinox Hotel doesn't want people to consume too much salt because it's got one hole and it doesn't come out. That's fine. Do I have enough limes? I'm not complaining. Just to make sure you got plenty of lime. Am I gonna use it all? Absolutely, I love lime. He's like, you know what, this girl looks like she likes lime. I just get this sense that you're a lime girl, aren't you? Yes. Are these the pasta straws? Whoa. Whoa. All right. Okay, so listen, I tried to fix the salt shaker. I'm not really entirely sure what I thought was gonna happen when I pulled the stopper out at the bottom. Maybe I thought it would reveal a smaller salt shaker. I'm not sure. How likely do you think that the housekeeping staff is gonna assume that this is cocaine? I guess I just don't really know how salt shakers work. That's the takeaway from this. So I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the night individually picking up every single grain of salt so that nobody thinks that I'm doing cocaine in my room. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I was gonna tell you all about my day, but I'm just gonna look at the pretty sunset until it's gone and then I'll tell you, because I can't get this back. This is like classic I could move here vibes. Like, I could totally move here. Raising 2 children in New York City is not something I want to do, but in another life. In another life. Hi, boats. We're doing this update from bed because it's just so comfortable. God, I'm so sunburned. Every piece of my skin, every single flake of skin. That's not the right, but I'm hot. I just feel sunburned. I haven't been outside of a house, like of my house, this much in years. Maybe not years, year and a half? Year plus. Yeah, I was 6 weeks pregnant with Oliver the last time I did something like this. That would have been January 2022? No. No, 23. This doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. It's been a long time, a very long time. And I wanted to update you on today. That's why I sat down. Today was so good. The blackout curtains, they're like, you don't want light? Perfect, you're never gonna see light again. It doesn't even exist. They do their job. Like, this is amazing. I made a friend out of the bartender that works at Electric Lemon, which is like the little bar downstairs. So excited I made a friend. We connected and he like gave me some recommendations for places to go that are his favorite little cafes and all of that, which just made me so happy because like you always want to know from somebody that lives here, right? You want to know the best places to go that aren't like super touristy. So he told me to go to this place called the Soiree. Soiree? I've never questioned my pronunciation of that until right now. And it was amazing. I sat down and I was like, I don't have the option to fail right now. I don't have the option to not write. It's either right now or it's not gonna happen. All of the conditions are perfect. It's everything I could ever need. And if I can't write here, I can't write anywhere. And this isn't gonna happen. So you need to write. And I sat down and I did. Got back to the hotel, I walked back and it was beautiful outside. It was very hot, very humid, but like 3:30, 4-ish, you know, it's not as hot. And someone was cleaning my room when I got back. So I just went back down to the bar and I got a drink and I just sat and wrote more for like another hour. And I'm just like, really doing it. I'm really doing it. I'm really doing it. I really freaked out yesterday thinking like, I've put so much on this trip. I never even considered the fact that I would struggle to write here. I just kind of decided that like I would get here and magically words would appear on a page and it would be effortless, and it's not. It's still really difficult, but I'm doing it, and I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, today was like a huge injection of courage and encouragement in me. I think for the first time since starting to write this book, I can see it at the end. I can like see it all. Yeah, so it feels good. Today was a really good day. I don't even have to convince myself it was a win. Sometimes I say things are wins and I'm trying to convince myself that it was a win and it was good. No, I already know it. I believe it here and here, both of them, everywhere. Here, I believe it. Here, it was a win. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I was so frustrated all morning and was trying to write, and I was like doing all of my journals and sitting down in the cafe, and I was like just staring at a blank page, and I'm like, I can do this. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave and I'm gonna put my backpack in the room. It's Wednesday. I still have till Saturday. If I don't even write anything today, I still have, you know, a few more days after this. So I was walking on the treadmill, and it's like I just was too in it. I like saw it from above. I feel like I just like fell off the last cliff of this book, and now I can be in the pit on the bottom floor where the book is, and we're in that together. Am I selling you on how good of a writer I am? There's more where that came from. No, but really there is. There's so much more. We got this. My problem was I'm writing short stories about my life and like sending them to the editor as I write them, but like it kind of hurts the editing process when you don't have the whole book to edit at the same time, because the stories I'm giving lack context in relation to the other stories that I'm gonna give her later that I've not written yet. It's hard to see it all. And I was like, well, if it's hard for her to see it, then it's probably hard for me to see it if I'm just writing these stories in isolation from each other. So I'm just gonna dump all of the stories I have into one document, go through it, and see it for what it is now, and kind of fill in the blanks. This is good. I wish I had my whole computer set up. Just writing, and going good. Now I just hit a wall, and I'm like, no one's gonna care. No way! Oh my gosh. We're going to a comedy show tonight. Well, I'm going to a comedy show tonight. Can't actually even take photos or videos because they're gonna lock my phone up. I had the best time. Oh my gosh. I had the best time. Oh my god, I had the best time. Let me get in my pajamas. We'll see if I feel appropriate in these. I'm gonna change. The way that I just feel so fancy because I can do this. Yup. Alright, I'm gonna change. Oh my god, I just had the best night. I invited 2 friends that I made, which makes me so happy. Because I'm pretty lonely here, which is fine. I actually very much enjoy being alone. How do we feel about this being appropriate? No. Let me get a big shirt. This is better. I can't believe I just did that tonight. I can't believe I just did that tonight. Man. You know how sometimes you're just like, I'm alive. Ugh, that's cringy, sorry. I'm just like, I don't, listen, I'm gonna talk. I'm just so happy. Oh, I'm tired too. So the very first night I got here, I made friends with one of the bartenders downstairs. His name's Harry. Awesome human being. I ended up getting these tickets to this comedy show, and I was like, hey, the people I was supposed to go with ended up canceling. Can't believe tonight. So I had 2 tickets, and then when I got the confirmation email where it said like, hey, we're gonna lock up your phones, it's like a phone-free show, I got a little nervous only because it's a place I've never been. It's really late. I'm gonna be taking an Uber. I'm gonna get there, and then like I'm not gonna be able to tell Jonas where I am. It just, I don't know, it made me nervous. So I reached out to Harry the bartender, and I was like, hey, if you and your girlfriend would like to go to this show with me, I'm gonna be going either way. It would be really nice if you guys would want to join me. Oh, my camera's gonna die. 1 second. My god, this is a dead battery too. 1 second. I did not expect that they would be able to go, but I was like, it's a long shot, and they ended up being like, yeah, absolutely, we love comedy, we would love to go. So I got really excited. There's no world in where I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this by myself. Like 7:30 hit, and I just got so anxious. Got dressed, I went downstairs, and I was like, I'm just gonna bring my book. And it was packed. Ouch. Just like so busy downstairs. Like, I've been here since Sunday, and I've been down there working or reading every night. I've never seen that many people. So I went upstairs. I started to cry a little bit, which is like, so I like hate that about myself. Really almost canceled tonight. And I sat there, it was like 8:40. My Uber was gonna be there at 9:20. I don't think I can do this. So I got all my stuff and I went back upstairs into my room, and it was like now 9:05. I'm like hungry already again. I should have, the first day, I really should have stopped at like a grocery store or something and gotten a bunch of snacks for my room. So don't tell anybody, but I've completely cleared out the room service, or no, mini bar. I'm really scared to look at the bill at the end. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started to get nervous because I'm back up in the room. I get hungry. What happens if I get hungry and I can't like order food at this bar? I don't know why I was afraid of that. Pretty common. You can go to a comedy bar and at least get something to eat. So I don't know why I was nervous about that. I get into the Uber. It just like immediately, it starts pouring rain. Like people on the sidewalk like have no clue what to do. Not just like, oh, it's like the weather. No, like people on the sidewalk are like, so that made me nervous because I booked this Uber way too early. It's fine, I'll just be a little early. Well, you don't want to be that early when the earth has opened up in the sky and is now crying on top of you. The sheer weight of space via liquid form falling on you. That's how much water was pouring from the sky. Glad I got there early because the line outside was just like, the two people I was meeting were not there yet. I got in line and like the line was outside. So it's just like soaking wet. Because of the weather, I just got this like sinking feeling that I was like, they're just not gonna come. I'm gonna watch this show alone. Finally, they allowed people in. It was like 9:50. I'm like table of 3. And they're like, great, do you wanna sit right up front? Sure. That's fine. Not realizing a live comedy show right up front. That's where it all happens. Right there. This is about how close you are to the comedian. How does that feel? Pretty good? It does. It feels pretty good, especially when they're talking straight to you. Yeah. So I got talked to a lot, quite a bit actually, specifically about how painfully white I am. I agree. It's very true. I am painfully white. There's no two ways about it. That's good. My friends ended up coming. I say friends, but they're gonna probably watch this and be like, we're not your friends. People that I met that were friendly, that I became friendly with, to the point where I was like, do you want to go to a comedy show? And they're like, yeah, that's great. I don't want to assume, you know, like I don't want to assume people are my friends. That's not what I'm trying to do. Anyways, it was the best night. The comedy was amazing. We ended up getting food. Totally fine. Didn't have to be worried about that. Our server was so fantastic and I just wanted to give him a hug. You know, like when you meet somebody and you're like, you just feel so safe and I like you so much. If it was appropriate, I would hug you. It's not though, because that's not, so I'm not gonna do that. But I thought it was the best night and now I'm here. Can't believe I just did that. All of our power is out because of a really, really bad storm last night. So a couple things have happened since we last talked. The same day that I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I finished writing my entire manuscript for my book, which was yesterday. So yesterday was a big day. And my plan when I started recording in New York was to record the rest of me writing this manuscript. And as it turns out, I didn't want to do that because I didn't. I just got so in the zone of writing that I was like, it's game time, baby. I went to New York thinking I had way more words than I did. And I've been unsure of like how much I can explain and like talk about it. But at this point, I'm just gonna talk about it. If someone comes along and is like, Elise, you can't say all that, I'll be like, okay, great, I won't do it again. And I'm just gonna talk about it now because it's done being written and I need to get it out of my body or I'm gonna vomit. And my plan was to write all of it before I had a baby, which don't know why I thought I could do that. In my mind, I was like, how hard could it be? I write all the time. Turns out pretty hard. So that didn't happen. And then I went on maternity leave and then everything happened with Oliver. It's a collection of short stories, essays, poems, and illustrations by me. Everything is by me in this book. It's not just like stories, it's like art. It's so fun and weird. I hope you're gonna love it so much. I love it so much and I just submitted the words. I printed it because I finished it and I wanted to have a finished like stack of papers of the book. Obviously it's gonna be more pages than this because I printed it just on normal paper. I wrote all of that. You wanna see it again? I wrote all that. 80,000 words, my guys. You know how heavy that is? So I went to New York with 25,000 words. That seems like it's about 60,000 words. Nope, it wasn't at all. Not even close. Almost a third of that, really. So I got there, and when I finally compiled everything into one manuscript instead of just like a bunch of stories all over the place that I was writing and kind of working on separately, when I put it all together, the gasp I gasped and the shock I shook. Looked at that word count. I thought it was a mistake. I literally thought it was a mistake. I shut my computer off, turned it back on, and updated my computer because I thought there's no way that this is right. There's no way. It was. Turns out 80,000 words is a lot of words, and I had no idea how much energy one word required until I had to write 80,000 of them. Like, I was 2 days into that trip in New York, and I just felt very, very defeated. I had put so much energy into getting it right in New York and writing all of it because it had to work. Like, Jonas pushed me so hard to go on this trip and to take this retreat and to like focus on this manuscript and have the time to do that because at home it's so hard. Kids and babies and life. It's just life gets really crazy. I shut my mind off honestly for the first couple of days, and by like day 2 I was texting Jonas like, maybe I should just come home, and he's like, if you really want to come home, I'm not gonna tell you not to, but I don't think you should. He just like made sure I understood that like I wasn't in trouble, everything was gonna be okay, and I could take the whole week and do whatever I needed to do with it, and it wouldn't be a waste of time no matter what came of it. So I really settled into that, and as soon as I did, I was walking on the treadmill and in the gym, and I was reading a book I picked up randomly at a bookstore, and it was about a collection of like short stories and essays, because I was like, how are other people doing this? I just wanted to fill my mind with something other than fiction novels, and so I started reading, and it was like the moment I started reading, it didn't have much to do with what I was reading, but like everything clicked. I got off the treadmill. I was like 2 minutes into this treadmill walk, and I got off, I ran upstairs, and I got it. This book isn't a memoir. It's not like a tell-all. It's not anything like that. The things I'm writing in this book are not just, it's not just like an exhaustive, well, I was born on August 20th, 1993, and here's today. Like that, and everything that happened in between is no, that's not this book. It's like, it's a collection of art. Like a photographer that like has taken pictures their whole life, and they create a little curated gallery of their favorite pictures they've ever captured. And some of them you're like, wow, that's of a bald eagle. And then some of them are like, that's a pen cap on the ground. Like, why is this so special to you? In context with each other, they're like, you see the story of this person's life. That's what I want to make. That's what I made in this book. I already did it. Because I wrote it and it's done and I finished it yesterday. Like, my handwriting is going to be in this book. Drawings from my journals, journal entries. Like, it's going to feel like you're reading my diary a little bit. It's just really special. And I finished it. So I finished it. The first half of writing this book was me just getting over the fact that I didn't feel good enough to write this book. And then the second half of this book was realizing how silly it is that my mind was the thing that was keeping this book from being as incredible as it could and will be. And like the minute I let those filters just fall away, that is when the best parts of this book were written. Oh my God, even just flipping through it, I can't believe I did it. And now I get to like illustrate the whole book. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it, you guys. I can't believe I hit 1 million subscribers the same day that I finished the manuscript. What a day. And then to celebrate, I went home and took an adult gummy bear. As soon as it started to work, tornado sirens. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate and listen to some music, and then I'm gonna lay on the floor, stare at the ceiling. So as soon as I started to get all that set up, windstorms and thunderstorms blew through Omaha, and we were getting tornado sirens. Trees were sideways outside, and the sky was green. I'll tell you what, the least stressful time for that to happen is right when blinking becomes a really exciting activity. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We did 1 million. We wrote a book. We did it.